In the past several decades, America has witnessed millions of blue and white-collar jobs outsourced to low-wage, third-world countries. When these jobs go overseas, America loses billions of dollars in income and tax revenue. The only remedy that we have had to this problem was to develop new and innovative industries. However, it now appears that much of this innovation is also being sent overseas.
As a candidate, President Obama certainly sounded like a man opposed to the practice of outsourcing.
I say let's end tax cuts for companies that ship jobs overseas. We'll stop giving tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas. Give them to companies that are creating good jobs right here in Virginia.
But since taking office, a number of his appointments have caused alarm to those who want action to stem outsourcing. On the President's National Economic Council, the deputy director is Diana Farrell, former director of McKinsey Global Institute, author of a study that concluded outsourcing has potential to increase the world's wealth and can even benefit the country that loses jobs.
It seems very odd that he would appoint somebody to his Economic Council, to the National Economic Council, whose expertise is in destroying American jobs by outsourcing them, by teaching corporations how to destroy American jobs by offshoring.
Wholesale sellout of our strategic assets and industries has resulted in overseas investors acquiring over 16,000 U.S. companies in the past 30 years. This has sped the decline of American industries, particularly our heavy and high-tech industries, like steel, textile, automobile, machine, and electronics manufacturing. Our domestic industries are either being bought out or bankrupted from their competition abroad. Even much of the book publishing, news media, and movie business in the United States is foreign-owned. The decline of American industry has resulted in what little manufacturing we still hold being internationally uncompetitive. American manufacturers suffer extra costs due to domestic taxation, health and pension benefits, litigation and regulation fees, and environmental and safety standards. Their competition often do not have to deal with these obstacles, making their production much cheaper than the United States substitutes.
In particular, the legions of IT workers here working all the time. Perhaps that really might be the thing India is best known for many viewers who are watching right now. Call centers, information technology departments, paralegals, even x-ray readers. So much of those functions are now done right here in India.
There is an Indian who will do your job, perfectly qualified, at 1/10 your salary, and they'll work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. There are more English-speaking Indians than there are Americans. Most are wired in more ways than one. But to see what is really happening, to get past the outsourcing hype, I travel thousands of miles across this land One that fills you with equal parts pity and wonder and awe, and one that'll give you 1 billion reasons to care. Of all. Meanwhile, in the suburbs, dawn marks the end of the day at the call centers. Hundreds of thousands of Indians spent the night on American time, answering angry computer questions from Florida, reminding Texans to pay their credit card bill.
Ma'am, the amount due is $128.
While we sleep, they do our taxes, file our insurance claims, and read our x-rays. Is the private schools.
And tomorrow you'll take us to daily life.
See how people are outsourcing more and more of their lives. Their kids' education, outsourced. Their surgeries, outsourced. It'll blow your mind.
I know, you've been going door to door, so you've got to hear that.
I can't believe that thing came out of the Cocoa Krispies. It's like a giant spearhead of sugar. That's all it is.
And dogs across the country.
A class action lawsuit filed today in San Francisco goes after a Chinese company believed responsible for poisoning thousands of pets, and it could have major implications for other contaminated products imported from China.
Tainted seafood, toothpaste and juice. Killer pet food contaminated with the chemical melamine. Defective tires with treads that could separate and blow out. Children's toys painted with lead. All potentially dangerous products exported from China.
So, could you eat pork from pigs, force-fed wastewater? Drink milk from cows given so many antibiotics it's impossible to make yogurt from their milk? How about a serving of lard made from sewage? Because all of that and much more has been on China's menu in recent months. Joel Chin is a dissident writer who's researched this country's appalling food standards. The threat is so much more serious than people could ever imagine, he told me.
We're losing it. Well, basically what has happened is that we've set up a dynamic, beginning with the NAFTA agreement, Howard, that encourages companies to leave America. We have set up a situation where we're forcing companies and we're forcing American workers to compete against the penny wage labor of China.
Of course, a lot of this relates to our fiscal profligacy. We have become increasingly dependent on communist China because we have overspent in the federal budget. We have a huge debt, and we have to go as beggars to countries such as Red China to bail us out.
We're borrowing from the Chinese central bank this massive amounts of money. We're doing the same thing with Japan and South Korea and Taiwan, but primarily with China. And in exchange for that, we will say or do nothing as you take away our industry. And of course our industry prostitutes themselves. They'll leave the communities here, they'll leave the jobs, they'll go to China, they'll take the tax subsidies, they will mistreat the workers there as well. And at one level, you know, it's deplorable, but at another level, you look at American companies, if they do not do that, their competitors will. And fundamentally, the way that you can count what we've lost is to go into a Walmart store and take a look. 70% of their goods come from China. And these are lost jobs. This is lost revenues inside the U.S. One of the things that disturbs me is in this economic stimulus program that the President has put together and the Congress has approved, is they do not do a single thing about trade. They just